Hey folks, John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods, here with you today to go over yet another addition to our inventory. And again, just like the previous day when we went over our 68 Chevelle that we went over with you folks with, we've got another really nice car here. This time we have a 1972 Chevrolet Chevelle here. Now the car here, just kind of a brief overview on it before we start with our walk around. Obviously, like I said, the 72 Chevelle, it's done here in the dark blue exterior, and it does in fact have the white heavy Chevy decal kit on it. Obviously you can see it's got aftermarket wheels and tires on it. They are a 15-inch American Racing Torq Thrust 2 polished aluminum wheel with the Cooper Cobra radial GTs. And then as far as like your drive line and your running gear, the drive line consists of a 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolet motor, the turbo 350 automatic transmission, and it's got the GM 10 bolt rear with a 276 gear. It is in fact power steering, and it is power brakes as well, and that also has a four-wheel disc brake kit on it. So on the back you're going to see it's got drilled and slotted rear rotors, and it is all complete too with the emergency brake all hooked up. Up front, pretty much your standard GM components up front as far as those disc brakes go. So let's start with our walk around here. As always, you know, a lot of these cars have the bright work on it or the chrome trim and so forth. Bumpers and such are in excellent shape. We'll take a look at those, each one, as we get to it, but we're kind of starting here on the side of the car here. So first bit of bright work we come to is going to be our wheel lip moldings here. As you can see, these things are attached good and secure on the vehicle. No dents or dings anywhere. Polished up very nice. They look great on this car. I mentioned those wheels and tires, the 15-inch Torq Thrust 2 wheels, the Cooper Cobra radial GT tires. The tire size here on the front is a 235/60 R15. Slightly bigger size here on the back here, as they went with 245/60 15s, just to give it a little stance there, you know, make it look a little tougher there, for, you know, the classic car enthusiasts out there. That's the wheels and tires, and again, the tires are in great condition on this car here. Now as we come back here, we're going to talk, as we always do, a little bit about the panel fitment and the alignment. Now as we can see here, and we can see really good, being that the stripes have been laid down on this car, your gaps on the front of the door as well as your gaps here at the back of the door, very uniform, very nice tight gaps on this car. And as far as the elevations go, those are dead on when you look at the front fender compared to the door and the door to the quarter panel. Again, everything is set just perfectly on this car, and all of your body lines are all matched up and lined up on this vehicle. So again, panel fitment alignment is great on this car. We do have a driver's side mirror here, and it is a remote adjusted mirror. So again, you're able to adjust this from inside the car. As far as your bright work here on the side, again, you've got those drip rail moldings, and these are in excellent condition here. So again, there's no dents or dings in those. And again, as I always do, I always like to check that rain gutter out and make sure it is nice and smooth through there, and it is in fact that. As far as the glass goes, we can see here that we've got a slightly tinted door glass here on the driver's side, as well as the rear quarter window. You've got that trim piece here, the bright work on the quarter window, which is in great shape. There's no pitting or scratching or anything like that. That's all good. No chips or cracks in the windows either. And again, you got your chrome door handles, which are in great shape, showing no pitting there either. We'll go ahead and open our door up take a look at the interior. Again, very nice interior in this car. It does have the all black upholstery. As you can see, it's got the front bench seat with the headrest. Of course, the rear bench also. All the seat belts are all present on this vehicle. So you've got retractable belts on the front. You even have the shoulder belt that is strapped up there right along the headliner there on the car. The dash in this car is in excellent shape. It's factory dash with factory instrumentation. One thing that has been replaced is, of course, the radio, and that's going to be a Kenwood AM FM CD player. And then right below that, you'll notice it does in fact have two aftermarket gauges, one being the water temperature gauge, the other being the oil pressure gauge. And of course, it's got the aftermarket B&M shifter, the automatic floor shifter there that all controls that turbo 350 transmission. As far as all the other stuff here, your door panels, all the trim work as far as the interior goes, even your armrest pads, everything all looks to be in really good shape here. Now the armrest pads just showing ever so slightly a little bit of wear on those, but they're not rubbed through, they're not ripped or torn or anything. Again, for the most part, everything is in great shape. Your upholstery, there's no rips or tears in the carpeting, same thing there. So that's pretty much your interior here on this side. The other thing we always check are going to be our weather stripping all the way up around our door edge here. And again, you've got those quarter window seals, all of which all nice and soft. They're going to seal up excellent, all good and secure on the car. Even the door weather stripping here also, little rubber bump stops are all in place as well. So that's the interior. So let's close this up and we'll continue our walk around here. So as we come back the rear quarter, again, nice and straight here on the quarter. You see those white stripes that were laid out really, really nice here for that whole heavy Chevy package there. As we get to the rear of the car, first we'll come up here to the rear window. That rear window's in great shape. There's no chips or cracks anywhere in the window. Again, all your bright work, your window moldings are all the way around, are all securely fastened and all in great shape, with no dents or dings anywhere, no pits or anything like that in there. As far as our trunk lid goes, gaps on the trunk lid on both sides and across the top there are all uniform there. Again, a very nice fit for all the panels here. Now on the back of the trunk lid, you can see, of course, we've got more of that heavy Chevy decal kit here. And then of course, you've got the Chevelle script emblem back here on your trunk lid. Chrome rear bumper, and again, kind of one of the more, you know, distinguishable or recognizable parts to these 72 Chevelles is that rear bumper. Again, having the oval or the round taillights in them, just a very unique look for these cars, very good look. And again, that bumper is in excellent shape, no pitting, no cracks in the chrome, no scratches, all looks very, very nice. So let's go ahead and open our trunk lid up. There we go. All right, so of course the key, as long as you have the right one, does in fact work the trunk lock. And the underside of the trunk, again, painted that same blue as the exterior of the car. So that all looks very, very nice underneath here. As far as the hinges and the spring go, well, of course, those are all functioning as they should. As you can see, it's all holding itself up on its own, just like it should. As far as your weather stripping and trunk seals, those are all in great shape, all securely fastened, all nice and soft. And again, they meet right together in the center. So again, this is going to help keep all of that water out of the trunk. Again, all of your water channels or your rain gutters here, those are all good and solid here too. So that's going to help direct that water right out the back of the car. As far as the trunk itself goes, well, you can tell that this has never had any water in it. It is about as nice of a trunk as what you're going to find. As far as the trunk floors go, we'll just peel a little bit of that back. But again, it's got the kind of the black and white trunk spatter paint paint in there. The trunk is all good and solid. As you can see, all of your drain plugs are all right there. You have a nice trunk mat in there as well, along with the floor mats here that do go with the car. And as you can see, we've got a spare tire back here, and it looks like back here in the corner you've got the lug wrench and what I would assume is probably the jack in that bag back there as well. So again, all good and complete back here. Very nice, all the metal good and solid on this car, and a really nice look for it. So we'll close this up, and then we'll continue around on the passenger side. Again, standing at the back and looking all the way up the side of the car, it is super straight all the way from back all the way to the front. As far as those stripes go, those look good over on this side as well. Wheels and tires all look good. All of your wheel lip moldings, those all look good too. Again, we come up to the door, we see our gaps at the back as well as at the front. Again, very uniform, very nice tight gaps here. And again, same thing with your elevations. All of your body lines are all lined up just as they should be. Just looks really good as far as that panel fitment goes. Same thing with our glass over here too. Again, we've got the tinted windows, no chips or cracks in any of the glass. All of our bright work around the glass here is all in great shape. That rain gutter itself is nice and smooth throughout. Again, no dents or dings in any of that bright work. Let's open this door up here. That way you get to see the interior from both sides. Again, just kind of take notice that, no rips or tears in the upholstery. It looks all good there. Same thing with your carpeting. Your dash is in great condition there. You'll get to see, the shifter from this side too. Again, that's just kind of like one of those B&M, like a ratchet style shifter there. So again, it's just an upgrade over stock there. And again, with your radio there, you do have a set of 6x9 speakers in the rear package tray so that you can enjoy some tunes whenever you're out cruising around. So we'll close this up. And again, both doors shut very easy and nice and tight too. A good solid thud. They're not rattling around. The windows are good and solid in there, so no issues there whatsoever. So we'll just come up to the front of the vehicle. Again, just your typical, front facade here as far as your 72 Chevelle goes. The headlights are your traditional sealed beam glass lenses here. No chips or cracks in any of those. Your grille work here is all in great condition here. There's nothing broke, no pieces missing. That's all good and solid. You've got the Chevelle badging down here on your grille. And again, same thing with as with the rear bumper. The chrome on the front bumper is in excellent condition here. Even your turn signals or your marker lights here, those lenses and the bezels around those are all in great shape. As we come up to the hood, again, you have the final piece to the heavy Chevy decal kit right here on the leading edge of the hood. This is a steel hood, cowl induction hood. Looks to be a 2-inch cowl on this one. Again, the fitment, your gaps and everything all the way around all look very good. The glass itself in the windshield, no chips or cracks anywhere there. And the same thing with your trim around the window. It is in great shape, nice and straight, all attached, good and secure, looks great. Now this car does, I'm not sure if you can see from there, but it does in fact have the windshield wipers on it. You'll see it does have a set of nice wiper arms on it, and the blades are all in good shape too on it. So we'll come up now, that's kind of concludes our walk around, but we're gonna come up now and we're gonna open the hood up and start discussing what we have as far as the engine and the driveline go on this car. So with the hood up, first and foremost, the hood latch does work. The release and the latch all work. The underside of the hood here looks like that's done all in black underneath, but again, all steel. You can see all of your bracing and so forth is all intact. Nothing's been cut out. Nothing's been modified on the vehicle. That all looks good. The engine compartment itself done here in the black, just like it should be too. As far as that motor goes, it is a 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolet motor. Some of the things that we can see on first glance here, of course, we've got the chrome Chevrolet air cleaner lid. We've got the chrome Chevrolet valve covers there, and it does in fact have the PCV valve over on the other side, breather over here on this side, so that all makes that complete. As far as carburetor goes, we've got a Holley, I believe that was a 750 CFM carburetor there, and then it does in fact have a Holley aluminum intake to go along with that. So that's going to be your air and your fuel delivery. As far as the ignition system goes, this car does in fact have the HEI distributor in it. It also has the Accel super coil added to it as well. And as far as plug wires go here, let's see if I can find you a name brand. Oh, those are MSD plug wires. So of course MSD is all good stuff, and it's an 8.5 millimeter plug wire. So good name brand wire, nice thick wire. That's going to help deliver the spark coming from that Accel super coil a lot more efficiently there. So again, you're going to have good air fuel delivery, you're going to have good spark. The next thing you need on a car like this is going to be good exhaust so that it breathes very easily. And this car, again, it has that. As you can see, we do have, it's an 1.5 inch ceramic coated block hugger style headers here. Those empty out into a set of 2.5 inch exhaust all the way back into a set of turbo style mufflers. They do resemble a Flowmaster muffler, but I don't believe that they are a Flowmaster, but they look an awful lot alike that. So, and they give the car a good tone, just like the Flowmaster would. As far as other things here, our radiator, it's just going to be kind of like your OE style radiator. Of course, you can see it's got the complete shroud here, 5-blade steel clutch fan here for your cooling purposes. And then of course this is, like I said, it is a power steering and a power brake car. The brakes, like I said, those consist of disc brakes on all 4 corners. Up front, pretty much all stock OE style GM components. On the back, it does have, I believe name brand wise, I think it's called Right Stuff. They are the rear disc brake kit, drilled, slotted rotors back there, complete with the emergency brake hookups, and everything is all hooked up and functional too. Now behind this motor, we've got that turbo 350 automatic transmission. And of course, we saw the B&M ratchet style shifter in the interior to help shift that transmission. And then for the rear end, as I mentioned from the get-go, it is a 276 gear inside of that 10-bolt GM rear end. That's pretty much, like I said, that's the drive line, that's your running gear, that's everything pretty much about this car. So at this point, we always, we're going to get this on our lift so that we can show you the complete underside, and then as we always do, we always fire that motor up for you, which we will do that here shortly. But right now, I just always want to go over, you know, no matter where you're watching this video from, if by chance you are not on our company website, I would always recommend you go there. It's www.hanksters.com. You'll be able to check out upwards of 100 photos of this car. Everything that you see here, you'll see pictures of. You're going to have a description, you're going to have the options on it, and you'll also see this video clip. Other things you're going to see on there is going to be the retail pricing. You're going to see that that retail pricing does include enclosed shipping to anywhere within the contiguous 48 states, as well as it will include our Hanksters 3-month, 3,000-mile powertrain warranty. And again, if you're interested in seeing exactly how that works, it's a very simple process. Just give us a call. We'll be more than happy to go over that with you. The other thing is, anytime that you are looking at one of these cars and you might not see maybe an accessory or something that you maybe want to have on that car, it could be anything, but one thing I can think of immediately for this particular car might be air conditioning. We can do all that stuff. We can do a lot of stuff. Again, just kind of reach out to us. Let us know what it is that you're looking to have added to that car. We'll be glad to get you pricing on parts and labor for that to get that particular thing installed for you. But with that said, we're all done here. Let's just take a minute here to close all of this up, and then we'll get it back on our lift and we'll go under the complete underside with you here in just one moment. Hey folks, welcome back. Here we are. We've got our 72 Chevelle up on the lift here. So we're going to go through this just like we always do. I'm going to point out to you exactly what we see underneath here. Go over some of these components. Again, some of this might be repeat from the walk around, but I'm going to point out to you exactly what's here, what I see as far as condition wise goes, and that way you've got a good overall picture of everything here. So starting at the front of our 72 Chevelle, first thing I'm looking up at here on our car is going to be the underside of that radiator. Again, it is just a standard basically OE style radiator here. All looks good across the bottom. It is dry all the way across, no leaks, no drips, no nothing. And then of course the shroud itself, we always want to make sure that that is all intact. It's not broke or cracked or anything, and that it is. It's all nice and solid all the way around, a complete shroud. So that's going to help keep this vehicle nice and cool here. So behind that now we'll start to talk a little bit about the steering and the suspension components here. First and foremost, we see the front sway bar here. It's a 1-inch sway bar, bushings here at the frame as well as back at your sway bar end links. Those are all in good condition. They're not split or cracked. Everything looks to be maintained very well on the underside of this car. Power steering on this vehicle. So of course with that we always check our pitman arm, we check the drag length, tie rods and tie rod ends, and all of that looks to be in good shape. The tie rods are nice and straight. The ends have the rubber dust boot cover. They have been greased and maintained, so all looks well as far as that goes. Of course, you have the cross member here, and again, very important part to the car. A lot of people take this for granted, but this is exactly what all of your suspension basically bolts off of here, right here. And this is nice and straight across the bottom side of the car here, so it doesn't look like it's ever been hit on anything and any cause for any kind of concern underneath here. As far as our control arms go on this car, it is basically OE style stamped steel components here. Again, all of that looks good. Ball joints all look good on that. Front shocks all look to be good. All the hardware and bushings and so forth, that all looks very good. And of course, it is a power brake car as well. Now this car has disc brakes, just like one of the last ones we did. Disc brakes on all four corners. Looks to have basically just your standard GM components up front here. So again, whenever it comes time to replace brake pads, brake rotors and such, you should be able to pick these up at just about any auto parts store that's local to you. Wheels and tires, well again, we've already been over the fact that these are the American Racing Torq Thrust 2 style polished aluminum wheels. Very nice looking wheel for one of these classic cars. 15-inch, and of course we've got those Cooper Cobra radial GTs, 235/60/15s here on the front of our car. If we work our way back in towards the center, we can start talking a little bit about the engine and the transmission as such. And again, we're looking more so here for leaks, drips, stuff like that. And again, looking up at the oil pan, I can tell you that all the way around the pan here, it is nice and dry. Even here at the drain plug, and if we reach up here behind the backside here as far as we can, it is nice and dry too, so you don't see any no signs of any leaks or drips coming from, say, like a rear main seal there. Transmission, this is a turbo 350 automatic transmission. It does have the flywheel and torque converter cover here, and then of course we look at our transmission pan here. It is in fact nice and dry as well. It does have the drain plug in it also, and that is dry all the way around. The other part to the transmission we always take a look at is that output shaft seal at the tail shaft here where your slip yoke slides into it. That is nice and dry also. Of course, we have that transmission cross member, which is in good shape, along with the tranny mount itself, which is all good. Even things like our transmission cooler lines and so forth for your fluid and so forth, those are all nice and dry as well. Before we get too far back on our car, we always want to kind of come up here and take a look at the exhaust system. So again, from the upside or from the top side of the car, we did see that these are a set of ceramic coat, like shorty style or block hugger style headers, with the 2.5-inch exhaust all the way back. They look to be like a set of Flowmaster style mufflers. I don't know if they're the Flowmaster name brand or not, but they are a very similar make and design as far as that goes. And then of course it does have tailpipes. We'll take a look at that here in just a little bit when we get more, closer to the back of the car here to the end of our video. As far as the frame and the floors, well, we all know that the Chevelle is a full frame car, and again, the frame rails on this car are very square, very straight all the way back through the car. All of your brake lines and fuel lines and such are run nice and neatly through the channels of the frame rail here, so all is good there. The floors look to be good and solid all the way around. Again, I see no real patching or anything to speak of. It looks like possibly it may have had some full floor pans put in it at one time, maybe just on the one side, but they did it all correctly, all the correct stamped steel floors. You can see all those stamping lines, just everything. It all looks very good. It's been lightly undercoated underneath here, and that's just kind of protection for you. I mean, again, it's going to help eliminate any kind of rust issues or so forth that you might see throughout the years, depending on where you're from, and when you drive the car. Just all that debris and stuff can build up over time and cause some issues. But again, this car is good and solid underneath here. As we work our way back a little further, of course, we've got our drive shaft here. This is a steel drive shaft. It is balanced, and that's going to help eliminate a lot of those driveline vibrations that you may feel. That's always good for that. As I said, with the braking system, it is 4-wheel disc brake, and again, it does have all the cables and all the hookups and everything for your emergency brake. It is all hooked up and it is all functional on that rear disc brake kit for this car. As we come back here a little further, as far as the actual rear end goes on the car, this is a GM 10-bolt rear, 276 gear in here. Now this is a non-posi unit, but again, all is well with the gears and so forth in the machine. All the fluid's been checked and everything is in good condition here. As you can see, that rear diff cover here, that is all dry all the way around. The front snout here at the pinion, that is all good and dry as well. It's the standard metric 4-link for the car as far as the rear suspension arms go. Again, stock stamped steel components here, but all your bushings and so forth, mounting hardware and such, that's all been checked over and all in good shape. As I mentioned, disc brakes on the back. These are drilled slotted rotors. Same wheel and tire combination. You've got those 15-inch American Racing Torq Thrust 2 wheels, but we have a little different size tire on the back, and this is going to be a 245/60/15, but again, all in the same brand and tread pattern of tire with the Cooper Cobra radial GTs. Back a little bit further here, obviously, we can see our tailpipes here. Those are in great shape up over top of the rear end, exiting out right underneath our bumper there at the back. And then of course we have air shocks back here on the rear of the car. These are nice and handy in case you ever want to just raise or lower the rear end, give it the right, the ride height that you're looking for and the ride quality that you're looking for. Very easy to adjust just by simply hooking up an air hose to it and either putting some air in to raise it or letting some out to lower it there. All your brake lines are nice and dry back here. And the fuel tank, you can see that fuel tank's in excellent condition here. No dents or dings anywhere. The mounting hardware, the straps and such, those are all in good shape. And again, no leaks with your fuel lines anywhere back through the car, even here at the fuel tank. That is pretty much it as far as the underside of our Chevelle goes. At this time, I kind of take this moment to go over with you the fact that we are an ATC trailer dealer also, the aluminum trailer company there. We have various models of those here in stock on the premises, ready to sell, and put one of these beauties in it to help haul that around. If any of you folks out there that are looking for a car are also interested in a trailer, I would encourage you to go to our website. You can get there one of a couple of ways, either by going to our car site, going to the inventory tab, clicking that trailer inventory from the drop down, or you can go directly to our trailer site, which is hankstershaulers.com. And again, there you're going to see all of the inventory that we have here in stock. It's going to have all the pictures, the pricing, the options, all the details about those trailers. We've got multiple models, like I said, all enclosed, 20, 24, 28 foot. We even have some stacker trailers here on the premises. So again, if that is something you're looking for, check us out there, give us a chance, or we'll work with you there on the price for all of you car people out there that want to buy, purchase one of our cars as well. So with that said, we'll go ahead and get this down off the lift. We're going to open that hood up and we're going to fire that motor up for you so you get to hear exactly what this motor sounds like with that exhaust.